Welcome to day 2 of Tim and Pam Wellborns' 1970 and 71 Mopar 50th anniversary event. Today we find ourselves at the Wellborn Muscle Car Museum in Alexandria City, Alabama for day 2 of this super show. If you haven't watched my day 1 coverage yet, I suggest you do that first. You'll see why we're a little hungover today. While day 1 was more of a private meet and greet taking place at Tim and Pam Wellborn's estate, for day 2, the cars head over to the nearby Wellborn Muscle Car Museum, which is open to the public today. One of the most interesting stories here is this 70 lime green Roadrunner that's behind us. I met this couple here. What are your names?
Troy and Nancy Goodwin.
And my understanding is you guys got married in this car originally. Is that correct?
Yes, we did. July of 1970.
And you lost track of the car, and it ended up here in the museum. Just randomly you found it back after this many years, correct?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about it.
I got rid of it in 1973, late April of 1973, after our first child was born. And didn't think a lot about it after that. Occasionally, I would think about it. My brother-in-law asked me one day, "Have you ever tried to find that vehicle?" This was 5 or 6 years ago. And I said, "No, not really." And he had a GTO, a 69 GTO that he was looking for, but he couldn't find it. So he kind of piqued my interest with finding the vehicle. I got online, typed in 1970 limelight green Hemi Roadrunner 426, 425 horsepower. Nothing came up. And I kept searching and searching for about 6 months, nothing. I gave up on it about 6 months later. Did that again, and up popped this vehicle, and I looked at it. That's my vehicle.
He called me on the phone at work. He said, "I found my Roadrunner." I said, "What?"
And did you tell him to buy it back, or did you hesitate on that?
No, I said, "Well, where is it?" And he told me the story, and I said, "Well, are you going to try to get it back?" He said, "Well, I'm going to call on it."
I found an article by, now forget the magazine, but his name was Drew something, I don't recall. And in the article it said the original owner from Wichita Falls, Texas. I said, "Hey, I'm the original owner." I had to make the record straight. Right.
That happens a lot in the magazine world. You hear stories, and the good thing about print is if something is wrong, people let you know right away about it, so we can fix it and bring it forward. Now, when you bought the car, did you realize how rare it really was?
No, not at all.
Okay, it was just a car on the lot, or did you order it?
No, I ordered it late November of 1969, and I took delivery about the second week of December, and I was 19 years old. I like to drive. Previous to this vehicle, I had the 69 Chevelle SS 396, and my best friend wrecked it one day. I ran slicks on the back of it. It was raining, and we were driving down the road, not going fast, 35 maybe, 40. He lost control, wrapped it around a utility pole.
Well, back then the tires weren't that really good, and the brakes weren't really that good, so no wonder we all lived through that, quite frankly.
Exactly.
And nobody wore seatbelts.
Yes.
People wouldn't know, "Are you mad at him?" I said, "No, it's not really his fault. We weren't going that fast."
So how long have you guys been married?
51 years now.
So that's amazing, because you guys have stayed together 51 years, and the car is amazing. It actually has been kept and preserved by Tim, because it could have very easily been wrecked and put in a junkyard. So it's great survival stories there with your marriage and the car. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see it preserved. So I understand that Tim kind of has a gentleman's agreement with you. If he ever does get rid of the car, it goes back to you. So
yes, he does. We came over last year. Finally, I've been telling Tim for like 4 or 5 years that was going to come over.
Right.
This is after I first made contact with him. So we came over last year because it was our 50th wedding anniversary. So we came over, and Tim was super hospitable.
Yeah.
Just a super guy.
Yeah.
We obviously like him a lot. We met him here. He gave us a private tour of his place, took us out his residence, and all that stuff.
So it's got to feel good that the car is still around and well cared for.
And he let Troy drive the car too.
Oh, that's what's amazing.
Oh, now you want it really bad. So your shirt you have on there, move that tag. That's the anniversary night.
No, that's our wedding.
That's a wedding
picture.
Okay.
That was in July of 1970.
All right, cool.
And then on the back.
And that's the current one.
Last year.
The 50th?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for talking with me, guys, and really happy that you reunited with the car, and that's what makes this whole thing fun.
Well, thank you, and we want to thank Tim again. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Tim and Pam Wellborn here. Drug them away from the show a little bit to get away from the craziness for this weekend. And what do you think, guys? How do you think it went?
Wow, what a great weekend. And the weather cooperated. Everybody's smiling from ear to ear. We've got so many people here. It's unreal.
Texas, Indiana, Michigan.
Driving their cars over 1,500
Driving
miles
their
somewhere.
cars, yes.
And
All working.
it's all been fun. These small groups like we have here, in their own way, is a different way of going to a car show. We all get to talk to each
Diehards.
other. We get to see each other, spend time with each other at these events. And we catered this one around the 70, 71 Mopars because I know I like all the Hellcats and the SRTs. I own them, love them. But I think sometimes we get away from our roots. These are the cars that really, made the hobby what it is. And that's what we like to show.
Some of these people, most of these people, we have known for at least 30 years in this hobby, and very good friends, and we know their families and their dads that were part of the hobby too, and it just it's a family affair, and there's a lot of father and sons here,
That's
and
good to see.
it is good to see the legacy continues, and I think that's really special.
Well, it means a lot that you open up your house and your facility to these people, because it's not just a show where you go to a museum. It's on your property and in your house, and that takes a lot of you have to really respect the people, and they have to respect you. That's a big deal. So
Well, we consider them friends.
Yeah. Yes.
This morning, all these people are so nice. This morning I walked around the yards, there's not a piece of trash, there's not a can, there's nothing. We had
No.
hundreds of people out there yesterday, and they're so respectful of it. We love doing it. We enjoy people coming and getting to know them personally. That's how we've always been.
I agree.
So on the Mopar side of things, you do the wing car events approximately every 5 years when
Yes.
when COVID allows and different things allow. And this is a 70 and 71 reunion. But what's the next Mopar show you guys are going to do?
Well, next year we're gonna put a little different twist on this one. We're teaming with the Talladega 500 track. What I foresee is probably a 3-day show. We start off here in town, have our nice dinner, get to see everybody, spend one night here, spend most of the next day, then we convoy to the Speedway. And we get to do laps at Talladega. The beauty of going there, we can grow it. There's hotels everywhere. Big limiting factor here, we just don't have hotels in this town, so that's why we can't have so many cars. But going there, we can grow it. Luckily too, it doesn't matter. Be kind of like some of the shows you go to inside buildings, like Muscle Car Corvette Nationals. We got a big building. Weather will not affect us, and it'll be a lot of fun to be able to stay in an air-conditioned building.
So at Talladega, there'll be an air-conditioned indoor
Yeah.
building that everybody will be in?
Yep, it will be.
Well, that can definitely up the caliber of car that will come, because no one will have to worry about it getting
Worry about
wet.
any rain.
Yep.
Right.
And the Speedway
Means a lot.
is all over this. They want to do it. They're trying to get back and get some of their roots back to come into these events and seeing these cars that used to race.
So if you want to go to that event, is it invite only, or is it something that they
It'll
can
be the
apply?
same format like we're doing here. It'll be an invite case where you'll send in your photos, because we do like to see what's coming to the event. So get your cars ready, and it'll be a fun time.
And how do they apply? What website do they go to?
That's still to be determined. Just watch your Wellborn Muscle Car site.
That'd be a safe one.
It'll be about 3 months before we make the.
So, but generally on the Wellborn Muscle Car site, they can find anything that's
Oh, yeah,
going on
you're
with you
gonna find
guys.
it.
So that
Most
you'll
definitely.
you'll direct them to where they need to go, I'm sure.
And I think we'll all enjoy it. When you're going into a building and we get to go out on the track, we'll do the pit road and get a lot of great photos. So it's going to be fun, but we don't want to take out the personal side of it. So we do want a night and a day here as well, but it just won't be the whole weekend. We've been very lucky with these events not to have a rain. If we were to have a rain, it would really
Game changer.
dampen us.
It wouldn't be good for the lawn.
No, all these posi track rear end cars are going to be sliding sideways.
It's so heavy, and you put that with some rain, it definitely is a game changer.
But you get a weekend like this, it's just glorious. And the wing car show was the same way we did a couple of years ago. Just beautiful weather, but it's not guaranteed.
No, you've been lucky so far.
Yeah.
Blessed so far. So when people are not going to these shows, the museum is open now, semi-weekly.
Yeah, we're open every Saturday. And we have what's called private tours during the week. We do a lot of those. It's not unusual to do 3 or 4 private tours a day, especially during COVID. And or people just want to come in here and see them one-on-one, and Alton or I are here, and we tell them all the stories, and some of them are true, and it's a lot of fun.
So how does someone get a private tour?
Call in the museum here. You'll get in touch with Alton Freeman, and he will put you on the calendar.
Okay. And otherwise, it's open every Saturday. They can stop by on their way through town and enjoy the muscle cars. And
we have a lot of people come on Saturday. A lot of people on Lake Martin come from this area. They come to the lake, and they love coming up here to the museums. But so yeah, we're open, and we look forward to seeing you.
First thing Saturday morning, the Mopars started rolling into and around the museum and didn't stop until they were squeezed into every available inch of real estate. This was not a judged car show, but it shows it's my job to search out and find the best cars with the most interesting stories to feature in MCG. So like in all my show coverage video, I've picked out some of my very favorites. As always, you'll find the full stories on these and many other cars at this show in the pages of Mopar Collector's Guide magazine. If you haven't got your subscription to MCG yet, go to MoparCollectorsGuide.com when you're done watching this video and get the only magazine that matters coming to your mailbox every month. Like that. Still all original paint, right?
Still all original.
Looking good. When did we shoot that? 2010 or something? What does the cover say? 2013?
2013.
13. You're doing a good job preserving them.
Y'all did a good article on it.
Thank you. As far as the best unrestored survivor at this show, it was hands down James Godfrey's 1970 factory Hemi Charger. Interestingly to note that this Charger was sold new right here in Alexander City. As for most significant, excluding any of the museum display cars, I think it would be safe to say it was this Hemi Belvedere. This car was spec'd by Chrysler specifically for legendary female racer Judy Lilly. Best of show, I would have to say, went to this stunning factory pink 440 6-barrel 4-speed GTX that is currently owned by Scott Lindsay. If you like this video, please smash the like button below, and if you'd like to see more like this one, hit the subscribe to Mopar TV button. It's totally free. Well, that's a wrap for the Wellborn Muscle Car Museum show. Until next month, I'll see you on the pages of Mopar Collector's Guide.